What's up, everyone? Today we are playing some Temur Rhinos featuring Archmage's Charm. This is a list made popular by other Rhinos player named Brittany, and she played a list similar to this to a pretty successful result. This list that I'm running is running 1 Boseiju and 2 Otawara, and it includes 1 Gemstone Cavern. I didn't want to get rid of both of them just because of the upside of having it when we are on the draw. It's too good. A lot of the stock lists are wanting just 1 of the channel lands, or 1 of each channel land, but I like having 2 in 1 split. It's kind of pick and choose. You can do whatever you want. And then I have 1 Horizon land. As for the main deck, we're running 2 Borrower, 4 Force, and then the 4 of Archmage Charm. So that's what we're trying out today. We're going to see if it's worth it to be playing this card that costs triple blue, which is pretty taxing on our meta base. A lot of the stock lists run Bone Crusher Giant, which I haven't been impressed with, so I haven't played that card in months. I've been experimenting with different main deck cards, like either Endurance or Prismari Command is a popular one. I have like 2 main deck Endurance. There's a lot of graveyard decks running around, so just having this main deck kind of catches them off guard game 1. We're running the full set of Dead Gone. I see a lot of people cutting this card. They go to 2, sometimes 3, but I think it's a really important card, especially because this is such like a turn 3+ card. We need that early interaction to deal with Ragavans and just any other type of early interaction. You could consider splitting with 3 Borrower and 3 Dead Gone. I think that'd be fine also. But with this list, we're going to be trying the full set. And then obviously 4 Fury. Anyone cutting Fury, I think, is crazy. I've seen lists with 2, and I think that's just... Fury is just too good not to cut. It's insane. So as for the sideboard, we're running the full set of Mystical Dispute, the full set of Force of Vigor. Obviously, Mystical Dispute for counter matchups, Force of Vigor for artifacts. We have 2 Subtlety, which is good against creature decks, Titan, Tron, Teferi. And then we have the other 2 Endurance in the sideboard, just because Endurance, again, is such a great card, and there's a lot of graveyard decks running around. The flex spot here is what I consider the flex spot here, besides the 2 Subtlety, is the 3 Blood Moon. So in this spot, you can run Leyline of Sanctity. It just depends on what your meta is, if you're playing at your LGS or online. The Blood Moon kind of gets in the way with Archmage's Charm, especially if you run both at the same time. I'm not 100% sure if you're supposed to switch one for the other in specific matches, but sometimes I'll have both in. Like if you're against Tron or even Titan, maybe Titan you might switch Charm out because they have Cavern of Souls, but Blood Moon it pairs so well with having counter magic to prevent Blood Moon from being destroyed, unless it's from a Boseiju. So yeah, this is my preferred list so far. There's a lot of flex spots, so you can build it however you want, and the core of the deck, just Crashing Footfalls, Charlotte's Agent, and Violent Outburst in itself is innately really strong. So you can't really go wrong either way. These are just kind of supporting cards to get your main combo piece out. So that's just a quick explanation of the deck. If you're enjoying the content, make sure to hit that subscribe and like button, and let's get into the gameplay. All right, let's start round 1. We are on the play here. Let's check out this hand. This hand has a lot of early interaction and 2 lands. We'll try it. You can kind of keep these hands even though we don't have a Cascader. It's like perfectly acceptable to keep these kinds of hands, especially when you don't know what you're playing up against. Flooded Strand, we don't really... let's see. So Serum Visions with just an island. And they... Top bottom. This always makes me think it's Storm. So we'll see what it truly is. Get the Triumph here. That's a good draw. So we definitely want to get a land. So we're going to ice their island at upkeep. That'll give us the most chance at looking at finding a land and hopefully stall them out a little bit. They can obviously cast something at instant speed like an Opt, but they chose not to. And we found our 3rd land, so that's great. Lonely Sandbar. So we're going to hold this Otawara because it does have the channel ability. The real question is, do we want to outburst now because they're tapped out? And I think... I'm not 100% sure. They could have Force. I think we can. Let's get a Breeding Pool here for that triple blue. And we're gonna do it now. We're gonna tap out. And we're gonna have Force up for if they do anything crazy anyway. So I think that's totally fine. We don't know what we're up against, but hopefully it's nothing too crazy. 2 mana. Oh, Lotus Field. Okay. So we could be dead. We're definitely... This matchup doesn't feel good. Our hand is... Our hand's actually awful for this matchup. Dreams Gripped. Untap. Target permanent. Do we want to counter this? They could have another Dreams Gripped. They could have a Twiddle effect. I think we let it go. I think we want to counter like a bigger spell. I don't think we're going to be able to, though. They could turn through us here. Yeah, this is not looking good. All right, we're definitely going to force this. Dreams Grip. All right, we're just going to yield now. Do they have another ideas about? Okay. All right, their hand's pretty good. Their hand beats my hand. Oh my god, they had 3 Dreams Unbound. Damn. All right, so we kept a hand based on not combo deck, not this. Swiss would be proud of this. The good one. I hope they fizzle. Yeah, I feel like they can't fizzle. There's no way they fizzle here, right? Turn 3 on the draw too. Oh wait, were they on the draw? Oh, they were on the play. Never mind. Okay, turn 3 on the play. But, I mean, that's still solid. Niv Mizzet? Damn. So against Lotus Field combo, we're going to be bringing in 4 Mystical Dispute, 2 Endurance, and 3 Blood Moon. Out is Dead Gone. Do we want any Force of Vigor for Breach? I'm not sure. I don't think so, because if it gets to that point, I think all this covers it. Maybe like pitch a Charm, because we're bringing in Blood Moon. I don't know. We'll try like 1 Force. I'm not sure. Yes, we'd like to be on the play. Yeah, we're going to mull this hand. It doesn't do anything. It has 2 green sources for like later, but I think we can do better. This hand's good, but I guess we'll try it. Pitch a shard this. I think that's fine because we have just... I think two's good enough. We could mull to interaction, but going to 5 with a pretty solid hand like this. An opponent kept 7. If we get turn 3 both games, like, so be it. Let's look at the Triumph again. It might be good to get a blue source there, but we don't have Blood Moon in hand, so we're not 100% sure. Also, Borrower, okay. Borrower's also not the greatest, but we'll get a green source here, and then we'll just play Agent. I feel like this matchup's... Unless we get our interaction quick, this matchup seems pretty terrible. And obviously we have 0 interaction right now. So next turn they can just tap 2, play Lotus Field, and just win. Yep. Don't think we're getting through this one. Damn. Getting turn 3 2 games in a row. But I mean, I guess it seems like they have the nuts. We'll wait and see like a turn or 2. Man, yeah, they had the nuts. Jeez. Okay. That was a quick 0-2. All right, round 2. We have a 1-lander. We can't keep this. All right, this hand is pretty good. We will keep this, and we don't know what we're up against if we want Force or Fury. I'm gonna pitch the Force. I feel like, all right, green deck with Utopia Sprawl. Ice is really good against that, especially if we're on the play there. We just kind of time walk them a lot. We're gonna get a Breeding Pool here and suspend Rhinos. Breeding Pool just because we have Archmage Charm, so we want that blue source. And this could be Enchantress or anything really. It could be, yep, Enchantress. They're gonna get to draw a card here. Not the greatest matchup, especially if they get Solitary Confinement out. So we're definitely gonna kill this now. So we'll go get a Steam Vents and fire this. And then we'll hold up Force with Archmage Charm and then cast. Hopefully we draw land. We kind of get stuck on 2 lands a little too often here. We might actually hold this up for Solitary, but we'll see. Presence. Really don't want them having that. Again, we could hold that up for Solitary, but we don't have Bone Crusher Giant to get around that, so we might just lose to that. We're just trying to bide our time before we can do something. All right, that's not good. This happens kind of a lot for keeping 2 land hands on the draw and never seeing a 3rd land after a bunch of draws. Restoration of a Ganjo. So it's good that we countered their cantrip creatures because they'd be drawing a lot here. Try them and pass again. But yeah, these are pretty rough matchups, I'd say. And they get... No, they're going to cantrip a lot here. We could have pitched Endurance for that, but I feel like that's a lot. So we'd like to draw a red card here, so we can pitch Fury and kill these. Get to cast our Rhinos. Another Footfalls, not what we want to see. Play another Shardless. We're not drawing what we need to draw, and then we'll pass. We can hold this up for Endurance. We can hard cast Endurance. I don't think their graveyard matters much besides this one chapter, but this is just a creature. So they're casting a lot of creatures, so obviously a red card would be fantastic here so we can kill their stuff. But if they have Solitary, we're just hoping they don't have Solitary. Okay, that's fine. They're going to steal a Rhino. Enchantress Presence, another cantrip. So now they're kind of popping off here. Because we were delayed so many turns without drawing a land, we kind of let them get ahead. Damn. Yeah, we can't beat this. All right. We're not having the greatest luck here. All right, so against Enchantress, we're going to be bringing in 4 Force of Vigor. They're a Blood Moon deck, so we're not going to be bringing in Blood Moon. Subtlety, I don't think we need. What we don't need is, we can take out 2 Endurance. We can take out, I'm trying to keep Charms in if I can. We want to keep Dead Gods in because they're creatures. Maybe take out like 1 Charm and Gemstones. Try that. We'll keep this hand. It's got some early interaction and Fire Ice for the Utopia Sprawl. We're going to play Forest Untapped and just play Footfalls. Then turn 2, we'll play Misty and get an island. Hopefully the Utopia Sprawl. We need the card draw with Ice here instead of the Fire. So that's fine. Drew Dead Gone. That's good, actually. Let's play this and then we'll pass. We'll Ice there. I do want to save this for an island, though, just in case they have Blood Moon. Force is pretty good. We just don't have, like, quick interaction. Utopia Sprawl. Otawara, okay. So that's going to go get an island. And we have our red source here. We could hard counter if this is, like, this is 4 mana, so we can hard counter the Presence if they cast it. Sterling Grove. That's fine. Sanctum Weaver, okay. So we're still gonna get the island. It's okay if let's petty theft this. We gotta use our mana, and since we're not killing this immediately, it'll stall them from searching. We're gonna do this now. And then we'll pass. We can cast Brazen Borrower at the end of turn, or if they play a creature, we can dead it. Or force anything huge. They're gonna play Sterling Grove again. Enchantress. Okay, we have to counter that. Play this untapped and play Sterling Grove. Yep. We need some action. We get to cast the Rhinos though, but Force of Vigor. Okay. So other enchantments have Shroud. So unfortunately we have to get rid of this first. You miss Enchantress, but God was yeah. Boseiju does pretty good work against this deck, but the first game, we just had nothing, and they had everything. Let's see what they cast here. Destiny Spinner. Yeah, if they break it to find Solitary, I mean, I guess we're just going to cast this at the end of... Just get some pressure on there. And Forest, too. That's huge. Let's get in there. 1, 2, 3, 4. They'd have to tap it. Target land becomes an XX elemental creature. Okay. So we can always bounce it if they do anything... They might crack, yeah, I was going to say, they crack it at the end of turn to, what do they find? Probably Solitary Confinement, I would assume. Oh, Enchantress's Presence. I guess they can't play Solitary because they don't have things to, unless their last card, yeah, if we counter this and their last card is, we're going to let that go because their last card has to be Solitary. Okay, exactly. And then we just counter it and they lose. Oh, it can't be countered. I'm so stupid. It's fine. Because of Destiny Spinner. It's okay. But we have Force, so it's okay. Yeah, I gapped that. That's my fault. They just lose now anyway. Yeah. I saw it couldn't be countered, and I still tried countering it like an idiot. Alright, so that's pretty much... Never punish, yeah. We had the Force. So that's pretty much how you beat this deck, is they don't... The first game they had the nuts. Like, we can't beat that. So we just kind of hope they don't go crazy like that. I guess we just run it back. Actually, wait, we want Damn, we want gemstones. That's this hand has so much interaction. It doesn't have anything green to pitch to, but it punishes early creatures, tap lands, creatures. It has force. I think we can do one better. This hand sucks too. It has Boseiju. This is fine. It has Boseiju, which is kind of like a spell. So we'll keep this. Put back Breeding Pool. And try that. Boseiju is essentially a removal spell. So we just gotta hope they kind of have a slow start here. Temur Sprawl, not a slow start. They can turbo things out, but that really doesn't do much if they don't. Okay, that's a great draw actually. So we'll play Foothills, pass. And we're not afraid to pitch Shardless to force here. Especially if they go like double Sprawl on something. Sterling Grove, okay. We'll go get a basic here. Play Scalding Tarn. We need a red source, so we're probably going to have to crack this. We probably could have got a Triumph with this. It's hard to say, because we don't want to get Blood Mooned out, but I don't know if they boarded that out or not. Let's see what they do here, though. Sanctum Weaver. We can't target it, which is really annoying. Yeah, Southern Grove is a pretty big pain. All right, there's a blue source. We're going to get some pressure on the board now. They're going to have a lot of mana, but next turn we can hardcast Force if we need to. But now we're shields down, so hopefully they don't Sithis, okay. They're going to draw a lot of cards here with Sithis here. And Presence. Hopefully they don't just go crazy. We need them to brick on lands. Damn, that's not bricking. Oh, that's legendary, but I mean, they still get the draw. Another Force. Okay, so let's attack first. And I think we're going to Boseiju and force pitch Force, to be honest. So we're going to make them... Yeah, we're going to make them sack this if they actually want to draw a card, which I imagine they do. Let's see if they get Solitary. Oh, they didn't crack it. So this sucks, because I don't want to... If we pitch Force to Force, they have enough mana, so we can just dead this, and then hopefully we'll see what they do. If it's not another Sterling Grove. Sanctum Weaver. I'm really tempted to kill this, but we just like lose to Solitary Confinement. Yeah. Alright. We're gonna have to do that now. It's kind of like a rough spot. The fact that they drew another one. Who missed lethal? Alright, they're gonna have to chump block with this. We missed lethal? What, by not blowing up their enchantment creature with Boseiju? Or, I don't know, or... Well, not necessarily. So if we force their creature and... If that's what you're talking about. If we force their creature and enchant... or Solitary, and then they have 2 presents out, and then they draw that 1 extra card, and then we just lose. I'm gonna chuck that in. I don't know if it's relevant or not. We don't know 100% if that's true or not. Okay. Because yeah, imagine if they had that 1 extra card, but it didn't matter there. So far we haven't cast Charm once, which is exemplifying my point of, well, if we need it or not, or if whatever, but how could we know if we never cast it? All right, welcome to round 2. We are, actually, no, this is round 3. We are on the play, and we're going to keep this hand. It has our nice triple land base here. We have early interaction and our Cascader. So we'll keep this. Yeah, I was thinking this was game 2, just because game 1 was such a wash. Player, Scalding Tarn, and pass. Yeah, I was thinking about going 3-3 with Dead God and Brazen Borrower. I think Brazen Borrower is really flexible. This is looking like a Thoughtseize or a Inquisition here. Alright, black deck. So I'm glad we didn't mulligan. Probably going to take Violent Outburst. Yep. Definitely go get the catcher here. Fury's not too bad. Play out Grove. We're going to ice this swamp. We don't know what we're up against yet, but basic swamp makes me think it's that really shitty black control deck. And now we have triple blue for Archmage Charm. Yep, I called it. Double Fury's not looking too great. We could steal the map. That's an option. Yeah, they play Golos. We could bounce the map. We could steal the map. We could draw on our end. On our end. Our hand's not really panning out too well, especially with map. I kind of want to just bounce the map and play. I don't know what their lands look like. I know Fury's not too hot right now in this matchup. It could be wrong. We could Archmage Charm the map. Okay, they do have the land. All right, we're definitely going to be playing this land out. And then I guess we're gonna pass, and they're gonna crack map, get like Coffers or something. Yeah, that if we were able to resolve Outburst here last turn, I guess we'd have so much more pressure. All right, they got Urborg, so that means they have Coffers in hand, I would imagine, or they have a way to get Coffers. Karn, definitely not letting that resolve. Does Rhinos normally play Charm? Not typically. There's been a list running around with people trying Charm and claiming it's the greatest thing ever. So I wanted to see how effective it actually was. I'm not really sold on it. It's just like whatever, but we'll see. All right, so they do have the Coffers. We just have 0 pressure, and this deck will just outrace us with just huge mana. We're basically playing like a Tron matchup, so if we let Tron do their thing and we're doing absolutely nothing, it doesn't matter. They went to tap and they didn't tap. I don't know what. We're gonna draw 3 though, or draw 2. Outburst, okay. Another Charm. Yeah, we'll feel good to have Blood Moon for this matchup post board. So we'll pass. We have a lot of instant speed. They didn't do anything. Kind of scares me. Gristle, just hard casting Gristlebrand, like Jesus. I really wish we drew a land so that way we could counter and play Outburst. There's a land. We're still gonna be going to instant speed here. Bajukabog, we don't care about that. And they just have like a million mana again, 7. They have another payoff here. That's probably gonna go get another Coffers, I would imagine. Oh, Castle Lock thing, they want to start drawing cards. So we can actually Outburst and Brazen Borrower at the end of turn. Invoke Despair. They're going to draw a lot here. Jeez. Casual Lava Axe, for real. Yeah, I mean, we have like 0 pressure, so it's pretty awful. There's probably a way. I'm just going to skip through it, though. Green. So we're going to Outburst here. That took way too long. They just drew a bunch of cards, so we're probably not looking too good, but no, flash this in also. These Furies are just melting away in my hand. And I guess they have removal, sure. Jesus. Definitely not what you want to see. And I don't even want to cast it for pressure because I'd rather have Brazen Borrower up for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, I mean, they could not have Dam, or they could just want to use a push and know that this isn't lethal. So we're going to pass here. Because if they do have a Dam, playing Furies just signals. But they have so much to do that it like doesn't even matter right now. We do want to remove any chance of Gristle. I think they only have 1 Gristlebrand, so they probably have Archon here too. I really don't want to hardcast Fury just for no value and then just get Wrathed. There's the Archon that we just mentioned. Oy. Discard a card, discard a Dead Fury. I'm probably not winning in this game. We just had 0 pressure. Golos, oof. I'm gonna petty theft that. We'll try though. We'll take like 1 more turn. I mean, this is just like a wall for my Rhinos. And they have another push. Nah, okay. Damn. Yeah, so I still stand by, and that deck is terrible, but we just did nothing, so any deck's going to beat us like that. In this matchup, what are we going to bring in? Definitely Blood Moons and Subtleties out. So they have Karn, so Fury's decent. I'd rather get the Dead Gons away. Subtlety's good against Karn and all their creatures. I think Endurance doesn't matter. We can bring in a couple forces. So that's the thing. Charm... Blood Moon, or Charm going out when Blood Moon comes in. I want both in this matchup. There's nothing I have to bring in to take this place. I could bring in like a bunch of forces and stuff, but like we can take out 1 Charm, I think, and try that. So that's the trick is, so like we have Blood Moon here. I mean, this hand is garbage except for Blood Moon, but we have the island, or we have the forest here. I don't think we can keep this hand. 5, no, I'm not going to keep this hand. This hand's a little better. So because we have all blue, we're going to focus on blue. Pitch a force here. I mean, this hand's by no means very good, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm sure it has some type of removal. It's not like an instant loss to Blood Moon, though. Oh, Invoke Despair. Right, right. Because they make us sacrifice a an enchantment. Profane Tutor. So, like, the fact that we're not doing anything... We could have iced the land. Okay, so this is, like, the rough part. Now we get to see it in action. So we drew the Blood Moon. Profane Tutor can go get something to interact with Blood Moon. But, like, do we slam Blood Moon here and shut them off Urborg? I don't think so. We can hold up Archmage Charm. Can we hold up Archmage Charm? I don't think we can, actually. So I'm just thinking if I want to ice one of their lands. We could hold up Force. I don't think there's anything... I think if we ice their land here, they can't do anything relevant. Because, like, they need Lily. Okay. We'd obviously love to draw a fetch for a blue source. They have the Coffer. They have both lands here. Another Profane Tutor. So rough. Because I'd love to... If we could cast this now, then I would slam Blood Moon here. Yeah, our mana is just not lining up for our hand. We're probably just going to have to force the Profane, to be honest. I don't know. We're just, like, not doing anything right now. Alright, it looks like we're going to cast Rhinos and slap Blood Moon next turn and just hope. Because we have absolutely nothing going on. But obviously they can just get Evoke Despair and that's it. So let's suspend Rhinos, cast Blood Moon. They're going to clang, sure. And we'll hold this. There's no reason to play it out right now. But obviously they can get something with Profane and just make this irrelevant. Inquisition, fail. That's another reason to keep a card in hand, make them think you have something. Map. Crack map, play land. Chalice on 0. Well, there goes our Rhinos. We need to draw... We brought in some Force of Vigor. Obviously, we're not going to be able to hardcast that, but it's not looking good. Yeesh. Force. We'll take like one more turn, but we have nothing. No, God. We'll just play it as a land. A Fury would be probably our best draw. I mean, even if we didn't play Blood Moon, we're still not drawing anything. Yeah, if this card wasn't even on the field, we're just drawing lands. And I mean, I guess with like Force, we could maybe pitch Force or like Force Lily, but still do nothing. But if we didn't have Blood Moon, they would have Profane Tutored for something insane and cast it. Yeah, it has nothing. This game has nothing to do with Blood Moon. It's Chalice of the Void. And this gets countered. Yeah, we just drew absolutely nothing. So, damn. Oh, God, so again, I still stand by that deck is terrible, but I think a standard, like a draft deck, would have beat us that game. All right, this hand is pretty terrible. It has no early interaction, and just these two cards, so we're gonna mull. This hand's a lot better. We have turn 1 Footfalls. Early interaction. We're going to keep this hand. Probably pitch Fury here. We'll lead on Boseiju. Hopefully not up against an artifact deck. Neobrand is more ladder if you want that. Did it win a challenge? I don't think Neobrand won that challenge. But I think it's been in like the top something or other. Oh my God. We played Boseiju and of course we're against Tron here. That's... that feels bad. Alright, we're going to need some help here. Especially if they go turn 2 Summon Scrying. Adawara. Oh, no, I don't think the mono black deck won anything. Our hand is... This card's pretty dead in the matchup unless they play Wormcoil. It's looking like they have turn 3 Tron here. So they got another tower, so they have natural Tron, so there's nothing we can do about that. Gonna Triome. Hope they don't have anything too scary. But it's most likely like a Karn or something. Green, blue. Plat our agent. If it's Karn, it's not the most insane thing. Just because if they mine us on a land or whatever, we still have a land for Outburst. So Karn's the best case scenario. Chromatic Ari. That's kind of scary. What are they going to do with that? Hopefully they just have like air. They don't have air. I don't know. I mean, they could get bridge, I guess. And then... Oh, O-Stone? Okay. So they got O-Stone. I'm trying to think if I want to... Let's do... There's like a couple lines. So we want to kill Karn, obviously. So that's 6 to the face. We can hold up Outburst. We can hold up Otawara. So we'll kill Karn here. Probably just going to hold up Outburst here. And Outburst after Oblivion Stone, probably. But they just have so much mana. This is a terrible matchup for this deck also. Because they can just... Okay. Because we're going to cast our Rhinos. They're going to blow them up. Or they might just... Oh my god, another one? I mean, they probably... They know their hand, so they know they don't have to get bridge immediately. But we could always Otawara the bridge. They got Filigree Sages. Oh, they're going for the combo. Yeah, this is unlimited. Damn, dude, everyone's having the nut draw today. Turn 4, like, unlimited combo here? We can't even dead that. They can't blow up O-Stone, at least. I don't know, we'll see what we draw. Force is good. Attack there. Attack there. We have to assume they're not gonna block. I don't think they're gonna block with Filigree. Yeah. They're also probably not gonna pop O-Stone if they think... They're just gonna put a counter on this. Yeah. So maybe they pop this and then play if they have another land drop here. But this is a nice counter if we get to do this. Counter that. Then they just blow up the world. Yeah, sure. Alright. We need some help here. That's not what we needed. So they have all the mana in the world. They are getting in. I mean, we're gonna cheese them. Ugin. Damn, you know what? We could have played around that. End of turn, Outburst, and then we win. Oof. Fury. Damn. We should have thought about that before making that play. We should have just taken the hit like a smart person. Now they just get the plus on the Fury. Yeah, that was a mistake from us. So if we can draw another... As long as they don't have Golus here. What is this? Their hand has been like insane though. Someone's crying. Yeah, that's fair. That's a good point. If they played Ori, then so close. Oh, I didn't get another fucking red source either. I don't feel like pitching this to that either. Do I want to pitch to that? I don't think it matters right now. Can't believe they endured my Ketra. At least now we know what we're up against for sideboard. Oh, they're playing this. A little late. Damn. So we could bounce that and like take another turn and stuff like that, but... Alright, so obviously we were going to be bringing in Blood Moon and Subtlety. Out of the Dead Gone that we drew way too many of. Endurance. Mystical Dispute. Endurance. Yeah, Force and... Yeah, and like Force of Vigor. We'll take out the charms here. I don't know exactly what to bring in, or what else. I mean, I guess we don't need the... We'll bring in one Dispute here. I'm gonna try it like that. We have a lot of sideboard cards, but none in the starting hand. I don't like this hand either. This hand's way too slow and does nothing. Alright, we'll keep this. Put back Subtlety. So this is tough because this doesn't get an island. I mean, doesn't get a... yeah, doesn't get an island. But we'll figure it out. We also have 0 pressure, so once we get Blood Moon on the line, we'll have to figure out what we're doing. I think icing this will be important, so we'll get the Catcher Triumph here. Oh, there's a blue source. That's really good, actually. Ice this. This will turn off their Sylvan Scrying. They're going to crack it for green, upkeep, lose the green. Don't do that, people. There's no reason to do that. Alright, they're going to get a map so they can... at least get something with... to counter Blood Moon here. You think the basic mountain should be replaced with the basic island? That's been like, yeah, that's like up for debate with how the deck's built. I mean, I could also not be greedy and only run one island, because most versions run two. So they can get Boseiju. That's a thing. So they can go get Boseiju now with the forest. Well, they have Sylvan Scrying anyway, Jesus. And the basic forest in hand. They got Urza's Tower. Our hand's garbage. They Boseiju us last game. Jesus. So the basic mountain is relevant against burn decks because burn is a very terrible matchup. So if we're able to fetch for a mountain, that's pretty significant. Yeah, our hand is so bad. Look, like this is what we have here. Yeah. I don't know. Tonight has been like just nothing. Like maybe they could get it here. Yeah. That's a good draw, right? They can't Boseiju too, right? Yeah, land flooded is it's my middle name. It's either land flooded or land screwed. It's never like that sweet in between. And if they I mean, we have all other basics out too, so if they Boseiju us, it's just a we don't get anything for it. If they're smart, they would maybe take us off of one of these, because then we're screwed. That's the big brain play right here, is hit a basic. Force of Vigor. Can't cast that. Mike Badlands DeVo. Yeah, but that makes it sound like the actual land Badlands. Like I play that card. They're just gonna start hard casting stuff soon. Yeah. We can't even counter that. 1, 2, 3, 4. We haven't seen one Cascader, one Wormcoil, okay. There's Fury. We'll take that. Probably one of the better draws. Unfortunately, they have a Wormcoil. We have the Force. We can't cast the Force. And we're gonna lose this race. We need like Brazen Borrower or something. Yeah, we're just flooding out. This is just gonna win the game on its own. Yeah, we've drawn way too many lands. Can't even deck then, exactly. This deck's terrible. We can't even deck then. Maybe they don't even attack. Oh, Chalice on 0. Jeez. I'm gonna force this. We had to attack to kill Karn, but... Chromatic Ori. Is it big Karn? What's that? Oh, no, okay. God. These games. What are these games? Alright, we'll keep this hand. It does happen, and it's unfortunate when it does. What do we want to pitch? I'm thinking Charm, because I really want this early interaction. We don't know what we're up against, so I'm gonna pitch Charm and hope it's a good idea. Alright, this looks like... This could be anything. This could be Murktide, most likely. So we're gonna ice this land at upkeep. This is also a, not the greatest matchup here. Peace Bomb, thank you for the follow, welcome. How are you doing tonight? Let's get... Oh, you know what? We don't. That's a tap land. I shouldn't have played that. I wasn't thinking. Sorry. Hopefully we can ice into a land here. We have 2 looks at a land. And that's not one. Come on, land. Untap land. Shit. Alright, we're gonna play that tapped. And pass. That feels bad. That doesn't happen very often. It's definitely worth it to run the Triumph because this fails over. So this is Grixis control. Not doing anything. We get to do a lot of stuff at their end steps, so that's fine. They can be pitched to forest, yes. So Rhinos, not what we want to see. We're still going to pass. Ideally with Gemstone Cavern. So what we should have done was play the tap land in anticipation of not drawing an untap land. So that's on me for sure. But they're doing nothing. We're going to make them spend mana. They can easily have Drown in the Lock, which is most likely what they have. Drown in the Lock, Counterspell, something. Counterspell, sure. Alright, we'll pass. So we're gonna... We'll force it eventually. It's okay. It's okay to like... No, we could force the counter spell. I guess we'll... I don't know if I want to force pitching force. I guess I'll force pitching force here. I wanted to kind of like wait just because we had the extra outburst here. So now they're gonna drown that. Yeah. So maybe we could have done it before 1, 2, 3. Nah, they still could have drowned that. Because they had Drown and Force in hand. Alright, I guess we'll hold up Charm. Because they're not doing anything with their mana, so clearly they have a bunch of counter spells. And then if we force pitch Charm there, we kind of lose our card advantage here. Expressive. Blood Crypt. Tapped. So they're tapping out. For what? Giant Murktide Regent. We can go on that. We don't care about that. We're gonna draw 2 spells. I mean, 2 cards. Oh, it's not even that big. So I'll play this. We're gonna go on that. And then we will suspend Rhinos here. We have blue, blue, blue. Okay. So I guess they were smart not to completely wipe their graveyard for that 1 Murktide. And because they did that, they probably have another one in hand. is my guess. Thoughtseize, oof. We haven't like been ahead in any of these games. I think in 1, 2, 3, 4. Play another Murktide. They took the Fire Ice. I mean, we can Otawara the Murktide if we want to. I think they should play it out regardless. They're gonna cast a baby Murktide? Yeah, they definitely have 2 and in just for 5. Just one above Fury. Force. I guess we'll pass. We're in a kind of a rough spot here. We're not drawing anything relevant. They had 2 counterspells for our outbursts. I'll take the 5 here. All right. We're doing this just so if they want to play it again, it comes in without a summoning sickness. Another, okay. We'll just hold this up for the next Murktide. Yeah, so the only way we really beat this deck is if they have a lot of early creatures that we can remove. But if they just go for the long game like this, it kind of falls out of our favor. Looks like they're playing another Murktide with backup here. Playing a 3/3 and a... Is that a 6/6? So like we said, we knew that they had 2 Murktides in hand. So they're going to hold up this counter spell. Make him use it. Oh, they didn't use it. Okay. Interesting. They must have wow, they don't have removal either? So weird. I thought they had drown or something in there if they're not emptying their yard. Let's say accidentally like F6 or something, I don't know. I mean, they have 6 cards in hand. They have so much. It's expressive. It's like a million things they could be doing right now. But yeah, we're gonna... we have nothing. So if they play everything there, it looks like their hits are pretty bad. If they play another Murktide, we can go on it and attack for 6. Fuck. So annoying. They're gonna get rid of our dead gum. No, they didn't. Two unholy heats, okay. We get to cast our Rhinos now. We'll hold this land in hand to make them think we have something. So we know they have Murktide in hand. Murktide and 2 unknowns. Oh, they can't take... Oh, true. Good point. I'm so used to thinking like... Yeah. Damn. Hopefully we can draw some action on top of this. So if they just play like a Murktide and pass, maybe? The Lowenstein, thank you for the follow. Welcome. How's your night going? The tapping... Is this going to be like another little Murktide? I know they don't want to tap out too low because we have... They know we have the Gone. And they're going to want to recast it when we do that. It's probably going to be a 5. Again. Yeah. This is like so annoying. So they're going to have 2 5/5s because we've been playing assuming that they have 2 Murktides with how they've been... Ugh, okay. So obviously we're bouncing this. An 8/8 and a... Yeah, their hand's been straight fire since all this. Jesus, the worst draw possible. Alright, I guess we'll pass. Hello from the Discord. Yes, I'm glad the Discord buddies could come hang out. I was gonna say I recognized your name, Lowenstein. You just got Rhinos and paper? Yeah, it is a really fun deck. We've been kind of having a roughie tonight with our matchups and our card draw, but overall the deck is definitely super fun. Alright, so we know they have a Murktide and a random card. And we get... Okay. It's not the worst. Actually, no, it is the worst. We should have just attacked with 1 Rhino there, I guess. I mean, my original plan was to ice this Murktide. But... yeah, we have nothing. If we ice the Murktide and only attack with 1 Rhino, we have like a shot, but it's very, very small. Alright, so with this matchup, we're going to bring in the Mystical Disputes, obviously. And the Endurance. We are going to go down the Forces. We drew 2 Forces, which is a pretty shitty card in this matchup. And then 2 more cards. What do we want to take out? Charm is probably great. Borrower is probably great. That's tough. All these cards are really good. Do like one Dead Gone, I guess, and because the Gone value isn't very good. And then maybe a Fury. I like keeping the Deads for early creatures, so we'll try this hand. We have turn 1 Rhinos. We can hold up Dead for if they play a Monkey or a DRC. I mean, it does look pretty cool. I do own a lot of the cards just because all the Twiddle cards are pretty cheap. But, and I have Lotus and Pioneer, so I have the Lotuses at least. Lotus Breach was sick. Got rid of it because there were just so few. Yeah, that's what a lot of people try too, is like the Breach versions. So we're gonna fetch a forest here because we know that they actually no, it is Grixis, so they're not gonna be playing Blood Moon. But it's fine to get a forest here because we have all these different lands. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, even if you watch them, it's just they do nothing impressive. It's just like, or like nothing weird. It's just they have 3 Dreams Grip, they like in their hand, and there's nothing I can do about that. I counter 1, and then they just play 2 more, which is like the best card draw. All right, we know that they bring in EE. How many? Okay, I don't want. I'm just gonna dead this now. I don't really want it to get countered. They could have another one and like haste it and stuff, but we also want to time this so that we don't have too many Rhinos on the board at once for this EE. All right, so now we have Violent Outburst at the end. This makes them waste their, so they just wasted an entire turn. So we're gonna Outburst here. They'll pop it, and then we'll be able to play Shardless on our turn. So that's the strategy with that, is if they're not casting their spells, you're basically time walking them. They didn't get a 3rd land and they didn't play anything, so they could counterspell this as an option, but I think they're waiting. They're going to want to use the EE, or if they just want to use their mana for mana efficiency, they might just counterspell this and EE on the Rhinos that are coming down shortly. 2 turns. Okay, that's what they do. Yeah, you only need 1 Lotus with that. What do we want to do here? I think we're just going to pass. We don't want to cast more Rhinos into EE. We can hold up Endurance, and we have Dispute now. And it looks like they are missing lots of land drops, so I really want Ketrium. But I'm going to cast Endurance at this end step here. With double blue, double red. Skip Breeding Pool. Cast that, target them. If they have Counterspell, they're not making their land drop, so obviously they're drawing spells here. If they Counterspell this, we can consider a Mystical Dispute. But if they do counter this, then they don't have EE for when these Rhinos come off, and then they have to use their mana next time for it. Yes, I am vegan. My girlfriend went vegan like 7 years ago, and then I followed her to support, and then I just kind of stuck with it. Oh, another agent. We'll attack with this. We're obviously not going to play out Charlotte's agent. We could play out 1 for pressure, but I don't think there's a reason to. We can hold up hard cast Dispute, but we obviously don't want to give them a 4 for 1. Guess that explains the Vegan Treats channel. Yeah, exactly. It's me encouraging others to check it out. And it's funny too, before I went vegan, I thought it was the like the hardest thing in the world to do. But now it's just like no big deal. It's actually really easy. Alright, we're gonna cast the Charlotte's Agent now. If they want to counter it, they're gonna have to beat my Mystical Dispute. So them being stuck on 2 lands is really good for us, obviously. They could obviously also have an EE and just play it, but this is usually us being stuck on 2 lands. And again, this is... Oh, they drew a land. I was going to say, this is the good thing about editing videos, is I can edit all that downtime out. Monkey? Sure. Unholy Heat? Okay. Opponent taking so long because they were trying to explain their terrible luck. That's also me. That's like that's gonna be the like when I post this video, that's gonna be like half the video is me explaining how shitty our deck has been performing. But oh, that's a good draw. So 8, 9, 10, 11. So this could be Spell Pierce. When you have a bad luck monologue, yeah. There was like a card going around on Twitter. I don't know if you guys saw, but it was just like if you when you play this card, like reveal the top few cards of your deck, explain how you could have won, and you lose the game anyway. Let's attack first. Yeah, we do get through Spell Pierce with Fury. Yeah, they're gonna block because we have Outburst here where they lose. I'm not gonna play anything. There's no reason to. We can crack. Well, maybe not crack this because we have Fury, but we have such a good board presence, it doesn't really matter. Unless they play EE, crack it, and then we just have 3 power. But okay, there's like an argument. I guess there's an argument for just playing Shardless there, because then we'd have 5 power on the board. All right, we're gonna mull this hand because that hand did nothing. This hand is really weird, actually. But yeah, so eventually I won that match, luckily, because if I didn't win that match, I would have been extremely sad. I'll pitch a Fury here. This hand has very poor early interaction, so we're going to hope that they don't have like Monkey or something. Let's suspend. You do a moderate point of complaining because the more you complain, the better your future draws will be. Just clearly, if you're like, oh man, I never see my third land drop. Next game, you're gonna see it. They're gonna shock that in? Okay. But there's some people, you know, like you expect it when you play against them. Like there's some people I don't care to play against at certain places, and then I just hope I don't see them. All right, we can get a blue source with this. Oh wait, we want to suspend Footfalls. So, and the good thing about staggering the Rhinos. Well, actually, we didn't stagger them well enough. We probably could have waited a turn to stagger them, because if we play, if they play EE, they're going to get a 4 for 1. And that's going to be sad. Now we're going to pass. We could Endurance here. I mean, we could Shard this here. But we have 2 Rhinos here. I'm not sure. I feel like we maybe should have staggered these. But we can also target ourselves and put these Rhinos back in our deck. I mean, if they want to counter this, we can Shard this. I don't know if you guys have those people at your like LGSs where you just hope you don't have to play against them. They either take too long to make game actions or they just talk too much. I don't know. I mean, I know Magic's supposed to be like a social game, but social cues and stuff. That's a great draw, actually. So let's get in. They're definitely. I'm feeling they're holding up an EE, and they're gonna like play it. We're not gonna Outburst, just because we're gonna be casting a Rhino. Sure. Another one. Drawing these is like terrible. We're definitely gonna have to Endurance those back into our deck. One guy every game, literally, you're so lucky you got this. Oh my god. That's like the worst thing ever. It's like, no, dude. Last Friday he said about Endurance, oh, you're lucky I didn't have that game won. You would have been screwed. Yeah, it's just like, oh, if I had that card 5 turns from now, you would have totally been done. Like, Temur Rhinos is a weird sushi dish. It sounds delicious though, doesn't it? But yeah, I love people that do that, or like they look through like the top 10 cards and they're like, oh man, it was the 10th card. Would have had you. Oh yeah, when the mono red players are salty about stuff. Yeah, you the only thing you can do is just laugh. You just laugh and walk away, and you're like, yeah, I mean, tough breaks. You're someone who talks, always tries to be friendly. Me too. Like, I like small talk and stuff like that. But knowing, like, reading social cues depending on who you're playing against. But yeah, always try to be friendly and like sportsmanlike. So that's definitely a good thing. Our opponent is down still 5 minutes, I guess. I'm not sure. We have Rhinos coming off suspend next turn, and then we have another one. Only one of these gets a Rhino, sadly. We're actually going to outburst here, because if they want to counter this one, they can't counter the next one, I guess. And they're really not doing anything, so we might as well just jam. Oh, jeez. Sound like an idiot. Red, green. Our last Footfalls. Free drown. Drown counters Footfalls no matter what. I'm come off as friendly, then drop Lantern on them. Oh yeah. Yeah, I feel like if you come off as friendly, they can't be as mad just because you're being nice, even though you're playing Lantern. Excuse me. I hate it when most of the opponents speak 0 words. I don't know why, but it frustrates me so much. There's some... Oh, wow. They just conceded. Okay, sweet. So we lost turn 3, both games against Lotus combo. We beat Enchantress. We beat like Grixis Murktide, and we lost to Tron, and we lost to Mono Black. And these 3 games were all complete non-games. It was just like insane. Let's talk about the deck here. After this league with Archmage's Charm, the jury's out on this one. We didn't really get to use Archmage's Charm as much, so we wanted to bring it in to see if, I don't know, just to see if we could use its modes effectively in this deck, because a lot of decks don't expect a counterspell, just a hard counter in this deck. And then end of turn, if opponents don't do anything, we can just draw 2, and then obviously sometimes steal 1 thing. As you saw, a lot of the games were non-games, and we didn't get to utilize our cards effectively. Our matches 2 and 5 were actually kind of competitive back and forth, but the others, we either didn't make it past game 3, just flooded out, or anything like that. In game 3, I believe, you guys got to see the conflict between Blood Moon and Archmage's Charm, and that when we bring in Moon, it kind of chokes us on blue mana. So we have to be kind of wary of that. I kind of have a greedy land base here with 2 Otawara instead of an extra island, and I also have gemstones instead of like an extra island or an extra forest. So that's something to be concerned about. I still do like this setup. I like the Endurance main. I don't think we need Bone Crusher Giant. I don't think that card's necessary for the most part. But yeah, overall, tell me what you all think in the comments below. Thanks again for watching, and if you enjoyed the content, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Peace.